Good morning. And welcome to Unity Orlando. Our opening statement this morning is, God is my help in every need, and I am provided for abundantly. Let's all affirm that together. God is my help in every need, and I am provided for abundantly. All right, let's all close our eyes, take a nice deep breath in, and let's affirm that together in the silence. So it is. Now, if you'd like to stand and sing and join us singing, our song is called Raise Our Vibration. Who did I see that sneaking in back there? Connor. Yay. Yeah, good to have you again. Thanks for coming in. All right, here it is. Raise our vibration. Raise our vibration. Join our celebration. All of us unite, singing in the light. Raise our vibration in the celebration. All of us unite, be the glowing light. Raise our vibration, join the celebration. All of us unite, singing in the light. Raise our vibration in the celebration. All of us unite, grow this loving light. Raise our vibration, join the celebration. All of us unite, singing in the light. Raise our vibration in the celebration. All of us unite, be the glowing light. Raise our vibration, join the celebration. All of us unite, singing in the light. Raise our vibration in the celebration. All of us unite, grow this loving light. Raise our vibration, join the celebration. All of us unite, singing in the light. Raise our vibration in the celebration. All of us unite, be the glowing light. All of us unite, be the glowing light. All of us unite, be the glowing light. All right, very good. You may be seated.
Welcome to Unity Orlando. My name is Reverend Ronnie Kenny. I'm your assistant minister here, and we are so glad to have you with us and you at home with us. Do we have any new people here this morning? If you're willing to raise your hand. I know there's one. Thank you. Thank you, Benjamin, for being here with us this morning. Our usher, Brian, has a packet for you, and we're glad you're here, and we hope you enjoy your time with us. So thank you for being with us. So a few announcements. The food drive continues. You can bring in your non-perishable items on Sunday morning or Tuesdays from 10 to 3. If you need someone to pick them up, you can call Curtis. His name is on the bulletin and on the website as well. Or if you need food or know someone that does, please let us know, because we'd like to take care of our own first before we pass it on. Midweek prayer and meditation is this Wednesday at 4:30 on Facebook. Susan Francis and I do a daily word and then a meditation. Then it's posted on Facebook as well as on our Unity Orlando page. So just a nice break in the middle of the week. It's this Wednesday. Navigating A Course in Miracles will not meet this week, but will return with our Zoom classes next Wednesday, 7 p.m. And if you are interested in that class, even if you haven't been before, please get me your email so I can send you the link. Unity's men's group meets Wednesdays, 4 o'clock outside the Starbucks at 436 and Howell Branch Road. All men are welcome. You don't have to RSVP, just show up. If you want some more information, Mark's number is on the back of the bulletin. You can contact him. This weekend is the anniversary of the Pulse nightclub massacre. So we lovingly remember the lives of those lost and wounded, their families and friends, and all of us who have been deeply touched by this horror. Yesterday, President Biden declared that the site of the Pulse will become a national memorial. So may we be more committed to the truth of who we are, which is one. Reverend Bob's lesson this morning is what lies beneath. But before we go any further, we're going to invite up Paul Kenny, who's the board president, for a little announcement. And then we'll turn it back over to Brian.
Bob's birthday. Yeah, that's the announcement. He finally turns whatever age that. I'm 1 week older than Bob. And sometimes I have trouble remembering that number. Bob, do you have... Yeah, you don't remember either. Okay. So, Bob, if you'll come up, please. Yeah. Somebody here probably remembers whatever that number is. No, Ronnie, you can't tell. Yeah. There you go. From your Unity family, happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Bob. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you all. I am told we have to keep celebrating my birthday, though I said once I got older that we could quit that if you wanted. But in any case, thank you very much. I'm, how old am I? I'm that old. Actually, that was my joke this morning with everyone. They came in and said, "How old are you, Bob?" I said, "I can't remember." I'm 71. 71. And were the body not giving me a few complaints, I wouldn't have any bone to pick with it whatsoever. It's good to be around this long. And I should not be complaining. I can still dig a major hole, do lawn work, climb trees, cut down trees, all kinds of things like that. It just hurts a little more. Anyway, let's see what we got here. What?
It's an orange envelope.
An orange envelope. It says, "Open this card to see one of God's favorite people ever." Oh, and there's a mirror in here. And if I had it just right, I can see other people. And Home Depot. How did you know? A gift card to Home Depot. You know, I can use that. Almost 30 years ago, I said that my house would be a 20-year project. It's still a 20-year project. So definitely I can use this. Thank you all for being with me. As I've said to so many people, the older you get, the less it's about where you live and who you live with. You're all important to me. Thank you. What am I doing? I'm removing, okay. My assistant minister is now my memory.
Oh, that's scary.
So I'm going to turn it back over to the music department.
The stars that twinkle in the sky are the reasons we ask why. A world so big, so bright and true, are certain clues God's here for you. The wind is strong, could blow you down. The spirit flies all around. No need to fear uncertainty. The light is sky for you and me. To be what you're here to be. With love you see the world could be a peaceful place, a saving grace, or an impossibility. The wind is strong, could blow you down. The spirit flies all around. No need to fear uncertainty. The light it shines for you and me. The wind is strong, could blow you down. The spirit flies all around. No need to fear uncertainty. The light it shines for you and me. No need to fear uncertainty. The light it shines for you and me. No need to fear uncertainty. The light it shines for you and me.
Ah, that was beautiful. That was wonderful. You know, I really like being here at this church with this music department. You guys do a phenomenal job. Let's give them another round of applause. It's worth knowing that part of how we keep our live streaming on YouTube, through YouTube and so forth, legally, is that if you heard it up here, you ain't going to hear it anywhere else. And unless you've started selling your songs. Brian writes everything. Okay, because it's either original music or so old that there is no copyright on it, one or the other, you know. So we are extremely grateful to Brian, to those who make him sound good, to our music department as a whole. Let's see, there's a couple other people I want to be grateful to today, too, before I get going. I want to be grateful to Reverend Ronnie and Paul, our board president. Both of them gave talks over the last 2 weeks when I took a little time off to celebrate my birthday. We went to the far, far land of Daytona Beach. Patty and I did. We experienced a real high while we were there. We were on the 8th floor. But with Daytona Beach, it's kind of nice to look down on it. Anyway, it was gorgeous. We had everything. Do I dare say this? Including a UFO sighting. I don't know what it was. We couldn't identify it, so that qualifies it as an unidentified flying object. In any case, we had a wonderful time. These days I have a wonderful mate, and I am deeply appreciative of that. But it's just as wonderful to come home to you and to be with you again. Today, the title is What Lies Beneath. I know that was the title of a semi-horror film. But I want to turn that around. Because what lies beneath everything is God's presence. The spirit of life, whatever you want to call it. There is a presence that is underneath everything. And life is dependent upon it. Without that presence, there is no life. And so today what we're really going to be talking about is getting underneath the outer appearance of life. Getting beyond merely our physical perceptions of life. And perceiving what is underneath it as well. Everything has a deeper character to it than you see on the surface. And part of awakening spiritually is learning to see that deeper essence in everything in life and in the whole, to actually see that there is one spirit that ties it all together. All of it. I know we like to divide the earth into the good and the bad, and we would just as soon kill off all the bad. Except that the problem is, everyone has a different idea of what the bad is. So if we took everybody's impression of what was the bad and killed off all the bad, there wouldn't be anything left, right? How was it? Wasn't Jesus said, be like your Father in heaven who lets his rain to fall upon the good and the bad. And his sun to shine upon the good and the bad, and his rain to fall upon the just and the unjust. Your Father in heaven who loves it all of us. And that's essentially what we're going to be talking about today. Trying to touch that essence. In the outer part, a lot of things are in conflict. But there is one spirit underneath. And if we can touch that spirit underneath, things will change in our lives. There is an invisible essence that lies underneath everything in the outer. Everything in this world. When I look at you, I may see your body. I may listen to your words, and I may hear your thoughts. But with my heart, I can perceive something that is underneath that I will call your essence. And it's beyond personality. It's something deeper. The essence of who you are. So feeling the spiritual essence underneath all of life and underneath each thing individually literally empowers you. It gives you a greater understanding of what you face. If you're looking at something, you may be hearing words that are deceptive, but essence is always clear. And so if you can feel that, it gives you greater understanding of what you're facing. And it enables you to touch if you can reach underneath all the garbage that we have on the top. There's a harmony. And if you can touch that, it pulls the highest out of any situation that you are facing. To do this, what I'm talking about, you've got to awaken heart perception. What do I mean? I mean, this is not information you get by analyzing, by intellectually chopping things up and putting them back together. This is your heart feeling, not your emotions going hither and yon. It's your heart knowing something deeper. It's feeling beyond what our senses and our intellect tell us. When I talk about heart perception, so many people say, well, if you can't put it in words, if it doesn't fit into an intellectual concept, for instance, I'll say, you practice by looking into someone's eyes and trying to feel who they are deep inside. Not what they're saying, not what their personality is all about. Can you feel their essence? And I'll say, you may not be able to put what you feel into words. They'll say, then it's useless. I'll say, oh, no, it's very useful. I said, I may not be able to tell you what I feel, but I can tell you what this person will do in a certain situation because of what I cannot tell you in words. I know their essence. That's heart perception. And what I'm going to suggest today is that to get underneath life, to get to that spirit that flows underneath all of life, we've got to use a little heart perception, not just on people, but on everything. It's said very clearly that the heart is the altar of God. Your heart is where you meet God. I know we try so hard to meet God in our minds. You can go to the threshold, but the actual experience of the divine is something you feel. So, today what I want to talk about are 3 levels of touching this invisible essence that lies underneath all our physical perceptions and our intellectual perceptions. And I'm going to hit it from 3 different levels. And first I'm going to start with the big one, go for the gold. Number 1, we're going to start with the whole, God presence, the spirit of life, the very spirit that causes life. It underlies everything that is. And so on this level, we strive just to touch God presence underneath everything, just to feel that presence that ties it all together. That one spirit. That's what we're talking about when we say I live and move and have my being within a sea of God life, God presence. We're trying to feel the sea. We are the fish swimming through the ocean, Someone says, have you seen the ocean? We go, no, where is it? We're immersed in it. The second level is the individual. This is what I was talking about when I said looking into someone's eyes and trying to feel who they are in their essence. Everything in the outer has an inner character that is constantly radiating into the world, and we call it its essence. And feeling that invisible essence in whatever we face or are doing can enable us to handle things more successfully. A decision, each choice, has an essence. If you can feel underneath it, your mind will tell you one thing, but then take a few moments to let your heart explore each option. People have an essence. And if you can get to their essence, you get beyond all the things that irritate the tar out of you. A situation has an essence. Places have an essence. Everything in the world has an energy component. And what I'm suggesting is we not only perceive what is physically happening, but at the same time, we also perceive the energy in this, the essence. If you can learn to do this and feel the essence in the individual things around you, you really can handle your life much more effectively. Because often, as I mentioned earlier, the physical, we call it the appearance. The appearance doesn't have to be the ultimate way that it is. It may be how it's expressing at the moment. But if you can feel a higher essence underneath, you connect with something that begins to weave itself into your outer experience. That's what I mean. It can draw the highest out of whatever you're facing. And then there's the third level. The third level is there is a divine harmony underneath everything in life. It doesn't seem that way to the mind. We're pretty sure things are in conflict. But if you can use your heart to reach underneath all the conflict, you can feel that level where life weaves itself through everything, where there's harmony. If we can feel beyond the appearance to the harmony that lies beneath it, we can actually begin the process of rising above our challenges rather than struggling with them. And this was a great deal of Jesus' teaching. Don't struggle with evil. Rise above it. Don't meet evil on evil's level. Rise above it. And if you can perceive that which lies beneath all of life, you can rise above whatever it is you're facing. So let's start with number one. God's presence is the foundation upon which everything in life is built. And if we can touch foundation, we are strengthened in whatever we face. In Psalm 139:7, the psalmist writes, "Whither shall I go from thy spirit? Or whither shall I flee from thy spirit?" You're everywhere. Of course. There is no place you can go where God's presence is not. God's presence is always there. In Isaiah 26:3, "Thou wilt keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee." Boy, there are some times we could use a little perfect peace. to get through whatever it is we're facing. And if you can keep your attention on that presence that is underneath all of life, it strengthens you, fills you with this tremendous sense of peace that makes you a strong and effective being to face whatever your challenge is, whatever you got to do. So, how do you touch? Excuse me. How do you touch that presence? How do you touch what lies beneath? Well, you start by simply listening for God's presence beneath all of life. Can you feel the very spirit of life as it moves through everything? And if you touch it, even in some small perceptive way, keep your focus there. Keep your attention there. Just a few moments immersed in that presence that is underneath it all makes you amazingly strong. Something greater flows through you. You say, well, how do I concentrate on God's presence? Well, it could be as simple as listening for the silence underneath all the clamor of life, of the world around you. The world is clamoring. Remember, Elijah was all about, well, it's not the earthquake, it's not the fire, it's not the wind. God was in the still small voice. In our society, so many people are afraid of silence. I love it. They say, turn some music on. I say, you don't hear the silence? It's my music. I don't. I enjoy music too, but they're very different experiences. So listen in meditation and prayer. Listen for that silence that's underneath all the clamor. Feel for the life underneath the pain, the joy underneath the anguish, the beauty underneath the ugliness. You can find there's always something under there. Somebody a long time ago told me that if you got a headache, if you don't resist it, but you embrace it, it'll go away. I went, sounds crazy. But okay, I rarely get headaches. But I did this one time and I thought, okay, I'm going to try this. It's throbbing away, and instead of going, ooh, the pain, I thought, can I reach underneath the pain? And so I got into throb, I'm into this, throb, etc. And eventually I got to that point underneath the pain was this sense of well-being. If we're caught in the pain, we're caught up at this level. We got to quit resisting so we can drop down to a deeper level. That's what healing in the end is all about, or at least a piece of it. Finding the life beneath the infirmity, the sickness, the pain, the whatever it is you're facing. Touching life underneath it. And in your greatest anguish, if you can reach beneath your sadness, your anguish is the good word, there is still joy down there. You'll say, well, I don't know why there should be, and that's exactly right. It's a joy that doesn't answer to logic. It's the joy of your soul, and it's underneath the appearance of anguish. So, where am I? In meditation, maybe it just comes down to spend some time listening for the vibration of life. And what do I mean by that? Listen for what's left after you reach past all the other noise. Underneath all the noises that you can identify is a UFN, an unidentified flying noise. There's a vibration that when you hit that deepest level, you hear it. Kind of like the hum of the universe, you might say. And if you can concentrate on that for a little while, your being calms and you're filled with strength. And now you're ready to go back out and face the world. That's the way this works. And eventually the last step is to walk through life aware of the presence wherever you go and draw on this whatever challenge you face. It's one thing to be able to touch God in meditation. Can you walk through life in the presence? Being aware that there's something deeper even as we negotiate all these outer challenges that we have to. Okay, that's step number one. And that's the whole, feeling what is underneath the whole. Now, can you feel what is underneath the individual? Number two, everything is always invisibly radiating its character. If you feel that vibration, you will understand more clearly what it is that is before you. And you can deal with life more successfully. If you take a moment to experience who a person is in their essence, beyond what they're doing, which is really irritating the tar out of you, but if you can take a moment to go beyond that and experience their essence, you're going to be able to deal with this person much more effectively. So, Luke 6:45. A good man brings out good things from the good treasure of his heart, and a bad man from the bad treasure of his heart brings out bad things. We are constantly radiating our essence, and everything around us is too, whether it's an experience, a mountain, a valley, an animal, a person. There's an essence to be felt underneath what your logic tells you. They did this and did that and did the other. I get that. But there's more to this equation. I'm not nullifying it. I'm just saying there's more. So, we are constantly radiating from our hearts who we are. And anyone who was around it, I know we all think, I can keep my secrets. The truth is, anyone who tunes in, there is no secrecy. There is no privacy. You are radiating exactly who you are to anyone who's truly perceptive. Now, we luck out. Most people aren't terribly perceptive. We can get away with it. But as humanity evolves, that won't be so true anymore. Because we are constantly radiating who we are. But so is everything in the world radiating something, its inner essence. This is called heart information. And how do you do heart information? You place your attention on something, a person, a decision, an experience that's upcoming, a place, the valley. I've often said that there's a valley in Colorado that became my true deep friend. It was my teacher first. I was scared to death of that valley. It drugged me through all kinds of experiences before I became strong enough to feel the bond with it. Any form of life you can place your heart on. And by life, I just mean anything that is. You place your attention upon it, and you let go of your intellect, and you just feel. And while you're feeling, see what you know. I often define a difference between being psychic and being intuitive. The psychic needs interpretation because it comes through the mind. They see things, and you've got to interpret it. Often when something goes wrong, they oh, that's what that meant. You don't have that problem when you're dealing directly with heart wisdom. It comes through as direct knowing. It's that moment when you know what you've got to do. It's that moment when you know there's something special about this person. It's that moment when you know what direction to take. When you know the valley is responding and happy to have you back. There's a knowing in the heart. So we apply it to people, situations, decisions, locations, things. You try to feel what is underneath the outer expression. Feel its character, feel its essence, and then act accordingly. If it sounds good but it feels bad, well, you can learn the hard way if you like. I did. So what am I saying? I'm saying translate everything into energy as well as a physical experience. Everything you do and encounter in life is a physical experience, and it is a spiritual experience. It is a physical action. It's an invisible energy. And if you perceive on both levels, your life got a whole lot richer. And you also got a whole lot more effective at living it. Number 3. There is divine harmony underneath all of life. And when we touch that feeling of harmony, we channel higher energies into our life. The first one is the whole. The second one is the individual. And this third one, harmony. It's about tying the two together. Feeding the whole into the individual experiences. Colossians 3:14. Paul writes, above all, put on love, which binds everything together in perfect harmony. One of the heady definitions we give to love and unity is where is it? Love is the idea of universal unity. It's the idea of oneness. It's the idea that I'm a part of everything. So, in the end, we want to start by working with loving all of life. If you love life, whatever you love, you will feel in harmony with. You'll touch the harmony that's underneath the discord, the challenge. There's a harmony underneath it that you can touch. So, you start with this loving of life. Individual things. Start with things you do love. That'll make it easy. Then you'll move towards the things that you don't love so much. And you're going to include them. Then you're going to work on just loving the whole. I love all of life. I love life. So while you're there, in meditation and prayer working on this. Strive to feel the harmony connecting all of life. You say, life doesn't look real harmonious out here. There's all kinds of stuff going on. Yeah, I would agree with you. There have been times in my life when I thought if God would just give me the power to get rid of all the bad stuff in the world, we'd be fine. Yeah, I don't need to carry that responsibility. I'm a limited being. My perceptions are not always perfect. So, though it appears there's the good and the bad, God causes his sun to shine upon the good and the bad alike. God is moving through it all. Strive to feel the harmony throughout your day. As you move through your day, just concentrate on harmony. I'm in harmony with the traffic. I will guarantee you that if you compete with the traffic, you will not get there as fast as if you just say, I'm in harmony, and start trying to harmonize with all the traffic around you. You'll actually get there faster. I know that because I'm a competitor on the road. And I've taken the time at times to say, whoa, wait a second. They are not adversaries to get around. I am in harmony with all the other cars. Okay. Strive to feel harmony with your adversary. Now we're going to take it to the ultimate. And what? From those much is required, much is given. If you're willing to do this, the rewards are great. It's pretty easy to feel in harmony with your loved ones. Can you feel in harmony with those you're knocking heads with? Or can you feel in harmony with the challenges you have to face and you really do not want to go through? Can you feel the harmony underneath the discord? When you strive to feel the harmony with that with which you're anything that you see in an adversarial way, if you can touch the harmony underneath, if you can say, you are a part of me, that's invoking that love that creates perfect harmony. Yeah, we're parts that don't agree at the moment, but you're a part of me. You start a transformational process. You feed the energy from beneath, the harmony from beneath, just by touching it. You feed it back into your outer expression. This is when, and sometimes it takes time, but your adversary becomes your friend. And that challenge you dread so much becomes the pathway to a greater good that you did not even imagine. So, if you can hold to the harmony underneath everything, when things are going terribly wrong, that's when it's hardest. You begin a process of rising above the challenge rather than struggling with it on the level on which the challenge exists. This is why Jesus said, resist not evil. Don't let evil run rampant in your life. That's not what he was saying. He's saying, don't wrestle with evil on evil's level. Instead, he said, love your enemies. Rise above the adversity and use that as your strength. Use the divine harmony that lies beneath what you face as your strength. So, let's wrap it up. This is much more than a physical life. There's an energy component to everything. Therefore, we must approach our lives as both a physical experience and a spiritual experience at the same time in order to prevail and live happy and full lives, or at least to live our lives to the fullest. Immerse yourself in the presence of God that underlies everything, and you tap into reserves of strength that you did not know you had. So let's close our eyes and try to do a little bit of this for a moment. Take a deep breath and sigh it out. The command is peace. Be still. Or another scripture, be still and know that I am God. Feel that presence calling you from deep within. Listen to the silence underneath all the clamor of the world around you. You can hear the sound of the air conditioner. Occasionally you'll hear traffic outside. You may hear the shuffling of people around you. Maybe a buzz in the speaker system. But erasing all of that and going beyond it. Listen for the still small voice. Listen for that sound that is quiet underneath everything. And feel God's presence. Quietly underlying everything in the world, everything in the universe. Feel God's presence within you. Underneath your intellect, your thoughts, your feelings, your opinions, your personality. Deeper down. For there in the back of your mind and in the bottom of your heart, feel the presence. And know that the presence that is within you is within all the world around you. And feel yourself in harmony. I am in harmony with all life. Underneath everything that's going on, I am in harmony with all life. I love life. And that love harmonizes me with all that is. I am at peace. And that peace strengthens me, fills me, through me into my outer experiences to transform them, to lift me above the turmoil. That I may truly be the child of God. That I am in my soul. There is one presence, one power in the universe. God, the good, omnipotent. And I live and move and have my being within a sea of that presence. And that presence nurtures me and shines through my heart. And I now walk out into life with the light of God shining through me wherever I go. Father, thy will be done through each and every one of us and through all of us as a whole. Thy will be done. Amen. Well, it's time for our offering. For you at home, go to the homepage following service and hit the Donate Now button, or else pull our physical address off and mail us a check. You can call the office and arrange for regular offerings if that's more convenient. But the bottom line is your offerings are what keep us going, so thank you. We know that as we give, so is the goodness and the abundance multiplied in our lives. So let's take our offering statement together. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all the good I am and have, all the good I give and receive. Thank you, God, for thy abundance flowing into all of our lives. Amen. It's all yours.
Bob, thank you. And I can attest to everything that you said was true. I had, in the 30 seconds before I came up here today, I had that complete test. Got thrown into, I need to be in harmony. Because Trayvon said there was a new guy coming that had never been on the board before. And here comes Connor. I was like, oh, I was sitting over here in Zen the whole time. It was great. Thanks. Thanks, guys. Appreciate that. All right. That's funny. That was pretty awesome. All right. This is called All the Good Goes On and On. When I'm singing, I hear a melody here within me. I feel an energy, yeah. All the good goes on and on and on. Vibration all around me, light within me, working through me. When I call on you, you bring me to the light. When I'm working, you're watching over me. When I'm writing, you write the words for me, yeah. And all the good goes on and on and on. Vibration all around me, light within me, working through me. When I call on you, you bring me to the light. When I feel I'm going under, when when I hear those claps of thunder, when my doubts lead me to wonder, I just call on you, and I feel your hand set me on the path of splendor. When you come through me, I feel your guiding light. You shine it through me, helping me feel alright. And all the good goes on and on and on. Vibration all around me, light within me, working through me. When I call on you, you bring me to the light, and all the good goes on and on and on. Vibration all around me, light within me, working through me. When I call on you, you bring me to the light, all around me, light within me, working through me. When I call on you, you bring me to the light. When I call on you, you bring me to the light. When I call on you, you bring me to the light.
I'm on, right? Okay, good. Thank you. Let's see. I'm supposed to send you home now. Let's see how that goes. Be safe, but enjoy your adventure. I don't care what you're doing in life. It's your adventure. Make sure you're enjoying it. Thanks for supporting Unity Orlando. Thanks for being part of us. For you who are coming out again, thank you for being here. For you at home, thank you for hanging in there with us. Next Sunday, I'll be speaking on Far Vision. That's the title, Far Vision. A special, I want to give a special thank you for my birthday celebration. Thanks for coming out. You know, I mean, there will be the year in which they say, we're celebrating Bob's birthday, and nobody shows. But that isn't this year. I appreciate it. Thank you for coming out. Let's all rise and radiate into the world the prayer of protection. Together, the light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. God bless you all. Have a wonderful week. And notice nobody here is moving yet because